The values between existing homes and new homes. It seems to me that, buyers down the road are going to be more interested in the new homes, and maybe there's some functional obsolescence that exists with these older homes that did not burn down, and the buyer demand may be stronger for those newer homes because they're new and maybe they have a better floor plan for today's buyer.
Yes, the functionality of the floor plans is a big factor. I would say the dis- the difference will be necessarily is typically a newer home is going to be worth more typically than an older home, but where that gap can be closed is an older home that has been updated within recent years. Where some of that functional obsolescence has been cured. So, which is when someone does a major substantial remodel, they usually take care of that. They just don't put some paint on the walls and just change some flooring. There's some serious layouts that are updated. So I would say that gap can be closed. So if a house that's still standing that has been updated within the last 5 years, with actual remodel, not just an update of just some, surface updating, as an owner in that situation, I wouldn't be as concerned. But a
Gotcha.
house that what we would call in appraisal terms C4, we have a ranking like condition rating. I'm sure you've seen on the appraisal. C1 is brand new home. C2 is something that's been just totally really updated and remodeled. Down to C4, which is pretty much something that hasn't been touched in over the last 20 years. So that's the house that's going to be down there, much lower than that, not as competitive with that newer build. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely you will see a difference. There will be a demand for those newer homes, yes. But like I said, if you have a standing home, a house that's still standing now, a lot of these houses that are still standing, I assume have smoke damage, some type of damage to them. Now, to what extent they're going to be, what funds going to be allocated to working on those homes. If there's an opportunity to update those homes that haven't been updated, that may be a good idea if you get the funding to do that.
Yeah, that's a great point. I know some folks dealing with that right now, and I've seen some high prices for cleanup. It can get really expensive, and some of that cleanup is including the attics.
Mm.
Um, as you and I know, a lot of those older homes have vented attics, and there's smoke damage, there's ash, there's soot there, and some of the duct systems, I think have been compromised as well. So one house I know, they're even looking at changing out the heating and air system and the duct system as well as the attic insulation after getting the attic cleaned out. So yeah.
Yeah,
Now, um, so you and I have been to neighborhoods where, you know, existing homes are, and then across the street or a couple of blocks over, developers had an opportunity to, develop some land. They put in a new community, and we'll see that different price point, right? And so sometimes those online systems that people go to and they get these online estimates for what a home is worth. Sometimes those numbers are way off on those algorithms, and I think that's one of the reasons why is you'll have an old home that's 100 years old and a home that's just recently built in the last 5 or 10 years, and they could be similar in size, but they're getting different prices, and those prices can vary. I think we're going to see that in Altadena, and um, it's going to take someone who's local to really understand the difference in pricing with these houses when it comes to new versus old home. And do you think the new home will improve the value of the old home, or
well, traditionally, that used to be a widespread thought that when someone builds the new home, it benefits to like kind of like the whole adage of buying the worst home in the best neighborhood. The laws of this older home would benefit off of those newer homes being sold, but I'm also got to toss in quality of construction. I'm kind of concerned about that too. Some of these homes were built with, some were craftsman homes, different things that were added that new homes don't even, a lot of builders don't even include anymore, certain types of wood and things like that. So I would say in general, the older homes still could benefit from these newer homes if these sales just keep driving up. Um, it's going to be an interesting situation where it's going to be a lack of maybe a lack of comps. I haven't actually driven through these neighborhoods. I've gotten kind of close, but not all the way in there to see. Because I mean, I know there's one house and then 100 houses gone. One
Right.
house. It's going to be interesting to see how that comes about. Like I said, it's going to be like you're saying, what good year and a half before something's even going to start getting built back. Some homes. So
Yeah.
as I mentioned to you before, during that time, you're still going to have appreciation in the market regardless. Um, I mean, if I was in the situation, I would try my best to stay.